What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis, holding it down for analysisplayground.com right now. And we're going to talk about the Denver Nuggets versus the Portland Trailblazers. A series that happened not that long ago, and Portland was able to pull it out with CJ McCollum putting the icings on the cake to send them to where we thought that they should be. Dame has had a pretty good season. This is an All NBA second team. Dame this year had a little bit of a rough patch, but got it back together the last couple games. He's in kill mode for majority of the season, taking over games, sealing games, stealing games, and just absolutely obliterating everything in front of him like Dame usually does. CJ hasn't been the same. Got off to an amazing start, all star caliber start for him this year, goes down with an injury and never was the same after that. He had some games where he looked it pretty good. He had a lot of games where he just looked like he wasn't there no more, and that's a lower body injury. So it do take away your mobility, your speed, your timing, your bounce, how you land. All that is impacted, when you have a lower body injury, and that's something that he has to, get back. It may take the complete off season to get him where he needs to be for this team to make a deep run. But this team is better. If I had to be honest, this is a better team than Denver. If they had Jamal Murray, I think that it'd be way more competitive. It'd probably be in Denver's favor because of the MVP Jokic. They have no answer for Jokic. I love Nurkic. I have loved Nurkic even when he was in Denver and when he got traded to Portland. I thought it would be a steal. It hasn't really been that because he's been injured a lot of the time, especially at the important times where you need him most, and that's in the playoffs. And this year he got a couple games before the playoff starts, and he should be healthy. Been able to rebound at a high level, has been more versatile, scoring the basketball is what you want to see, and has been a solid playmaker for what he's not Jokic. He's not on that level, but he has been a solid playmaker for this team and not greedy. He's not asking for a lot of touches. He's not demanding a lot. He's just playing and scoring whenever it's available and taking advantage of those opportunities. Playing with guys like Dame and CJ. And the screen setting is important because it gives them that first step. It gives them that space for their mid range and their threes, and they love to shoot. This is a jump shooting backcourt. And even when they need the lanes, he gives them the ability to get that first step, to get the floater range, to get a step, to get that layup off, or even give them enough space to get a running start at bigs to be able to get that angle to the basket to make it a little bit easier for them. So I do think Nurkic is important. He's getting paid like he's important, and I think that he wants this series because they have beat him before. And even though I don't think he's nowhere near the level of Jokic, I still think he is a important piece to this team, and I've always felt that still to this day. Robert Covington hasn't been amazing defensively. Has been what you expect offensively. You will want a little bit more, but this team has a lot of weapons. Even when you look at Powell, this guy is a bucket. They can go small with him, and it allows him to get another person that can create his own shot and hit threes, but also score, without being assisted or being set up because he can get his own bucket. You also have guys like Carmelo, who has been hitting big shots since he's been in Portland, can give them isolation buckets, can give them mismatches. Still a liability defensively, but so is a lot of players on this team. But, if things get ugly or things get late in the shot clock, he can get you double digit points, but also get you big buckets. And he can play in fourth quarters. And if you pass him the ball, he can hit those threes. He can hit those mid range jumpers. And, that still is valuable. And you look at Denver, you look at Michael Porter. This is a series that he can make a name. We always say the legends are born in the playoffs, and Michael Porter has been on a hot streak for the Denver Nuggets, improving his numbers throughout the whole season, and has improved his efficiency, has improved his rebound, has improved his all-around scoring game, and that's what you want to see out of him. Because you look at Michael Porter as a huge pillar to this franchise, and his upside and his potential is still untapped. He's only 22 years old, And he can get a lot better offensively, which is scary because he is already at a 25-point average and has huge efficiencies and has played well off Jokic. Backdoor cut, spot up threes, being a guy that's willing to let it fly when open and can also, get off the dribble a little bit and get some layups and dunks from time to time and can shoot over anybody. And that's a valuable asset, especially when you need some tough shot making late in the shot clock. But Jokic is going to be the reason why this series is going to be interesting because this guy is absolutely dominant. Nobody can guard him. Nobody can stop him. He's splashing threes. He's splashing mid-range, putting the ball on the floor. He's hitting the sunboard shuffle. He's hitting the free throws. He's posting up with the left and the right hook. This guy is absolutely in annihilation mode. I like Jokic better than Dame. I just feel like Dame has a better supporting cast. The only reason why I think this series is going to be a little bit more interesting than everybody else um, is because of Portland defense. They're not a great defensive team. They haven't been in a while. And Denver is a team that will pick you apart. Denver is a team that got guys that will step up. I can name so many of their guys, and you don't know what you're going to get out of them. You don't know what they're going to do, but if you don't pay attention to them, they can do a backdoor cut. They can get open. They keep moving, and they're dangerous because of that. Because your stars make the others better because they feed and play off the others. And the more that the others involve them and the more that the other utilize them, it makes them more confident. It makes them more, good offensively. And they have done that since Jamal Murray has went down. They have stepped up. They have held their weight. And we didn't really look at Denver as a deep team. We didn't really look at Denver as a team that can take a blow like that. And they have been able to do it. But I just don't see it working enough to where they can beat a team like Portland. I know that you see a team number 3. I know you see a team with the MVP, and I know you guys think this team playing well, but do Denver have enough to win 4 times against Portland? Do they have enough? That's a legitimate question. And I think Aaron Gordon is going to have to do more because the game is going to slow down. It's not going to be as much easy shots, and they're going to need somebody outside of Porter and Jokic to be able to get buckets or to be able to be reliable consistently if they want to beat a team like Portland 4 times. And Aaron Gordon was brought here to be a jack of all trades, a guy that can rebound, a guy that can defend, a guy that can hit shots, a guy that can create shots from time to time, but also cut, hit threes, and make plays. And I do think that he can still do that, and he's going to be the key for Denver. What type of Aaron Gordon will they get? Will they get the 17, 18-point Aaron Gordon, or they get a no-show from him? Because he is a guy that can disappear. He is a guy that you can see him for a couple quarters and you won't see him for a couple. And they can't have that against a team with this much firepower. The key to the Portland is Powell. Will he be a reliable scorer for them? Will he be a 15, 17, 18-point scorer? Will he be able to, pay attention defensively? Will he be able to keep guys in front of him and not lose track of them? Because that's important against guarding and keeping Denver contained. And I also look at the fact that Will Dame, what type of Dame is we going to get? Is we going to get the Dame that gets double teamed and trapped and can't score? Or will we get the aggressive Dame that's really ready to let that thing fly at all costs? And that aggressiveness as offensive rebounds. It allows guys to be covered and guarded different, what allows them to get easier shots and buckets. And it is important to look at CJ because CJ has been in and out, like I said before, these last couple weeks. And they're going to need that mid range guy that can score in bunches, that can hit a couple shots to silence the crowd, that can hit a couple shots to finish the game. Dame is going to need his others to step up just like Jokic. But his others are just better because he has more of them that's more reliable than the ones in Denver that has to prove themselves. And that's something that we still have to see. And that's something that Portland has done with their veterans and their supporting cast. So if I had to be honest of who I will pick for the Western Conference, I want to go with Portland. Portland in 6. It hurts me to say that because I love Jokic. It hurts me to say that because I have him as MVP. It hurts me to say that because he's just been flat out dominant. But Dame was in the MVP conversation too, and he has a little bit more weapons. I got a little bit more people to go to war with him that I can trust a little bit more than Denver. And I look at this as an upset. Portland can hang with them. Portland can score with them. Portland can go blow to blow with them. But do Denver have enough to overwhelm? Can they get those gaps? Can they get a cushion to be able to ride it to a victory? I don't think so in 4 games, and that's why I'm gonna go Portland. Other than that, I'll be back with my other Western Conference prediction, and I have East tomorrow if you're not subscribed, so they give you a reason to. Go away, basketball analysis. I'm gone.